Welcome to Xbox Uncuts, episode 292 of the. I don't know. This has been a crazy day of news. It's so lost. I wanted to start with a certain story, but you kind of put them backwards for me personally. Will.
I mean, you could do it any order.
Man, Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk ain't coming out. Not for till September 17th.
Wait, what?
Yeah, got delayed, sir. Got delayed.
I didn't know until just now.
All right, Infinity Line's already in the chat, making sure everybody knows it's been a crazy day. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yo, what up? What up?
All right. What else happened? Oh shit. Cyberpunk. September. Well, there was a few delays. Final Fantasy also got delayed.
Yeah, I heard about that one.
Yeah. Wasn't it?
Not surprised.
We know the date for that one. How far back it got pushed?
I do. I don't know if you want to. I thought he was gonna do the introduction. So.
I'm just going right into it. I'm sorry. I apologize.
That's all right.
This week we are hosted by a wonderful crew.
Yes.
We have me, myself, and I. We have the wonderful Steph. How you doing today?
Yo. Tighten up.
Tighten up. Fucking CD Projekt Red needs to tighten up. That's all I'm saying. But we also have the anchor of the show, Will. Welcome to the show, Will.
Hello.
Keeping it stable and on course.
Like that meme where he pushes the robotic animal as stable as fuck.
Yes, I know an anchor stops it, but sometimes you got to stop all the bullshit. That's what Will's here for. And then, I messaged Derek, so we put up the bat signal for Eric.
Yes.
Because Batman's an awful hero. I don't mean that, but every time we say it, he usually shows up, so it's kind of like his thing to defend Batman. But moving on, back to the doom and gloom of Cyberpunk 2077 being delayed to September 17th. So far away.
Yeah.
I thought it was so close. It was in reach. And now I'm going to have to... I'm almost debating playing it on the Series X,
Yeah, pretty much. It's going to look way better there.
Because if it comes out in November, it might be worth it.
Yeah, so the date for that is... So Cyberpunk is September 17, so that's a 5-month delay. There's also other games got delayed. Final Fantasy VII Remake is April 10th, so it's a month of delay. And then Avengers got pushed into the same month as Cyberpunk, which is not good, which is September 4th. And that was like a 4-month delay, so that's just 1 month less than Cyberpunk. But yeah, man, it's a crazy month. And then it sucks, but I fully expect it from CD Projekt, right? Because they always perfectionists with their games, and even then, they're gonna patch the shit out of it still, add more stuff. So
Infinity Line says, "Yep, that's what I feel like everyone is going to do. Just play it on the Series X." I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm a cave. I'll be playing this shit on the One X, whatever, like fucking a Game Boy, whatever I can play it on release. It looks so good.
Yeah. Plus, like the frame rate's gonna be. Hopefully, you think it'll be 60, like on the Series X.
I hope. That would be amazing if it is.
Yeah.
But coming in on the next little bit of news, kind of like I think this fits in here. The first year or two of the Xbox Series X is going to be cross-gen. So everything on your, from Xbox One all the way up to the Series X. You'll be able to play all the games. Your friends.
Yeah, that's interesting. At first, I didn't know what to make of it. I was a little bit negative on it, but then you think about it, like I think like Halo Infinite is one of those games that I'm pretty sure it was made for like the lower end, but it still tops out pretty well, like pretty high, like because if you take into account like the Xbox One, that's like this is a much lower end console compared to the Series X, so you have to like fit the whole world there and make sure the frame rate's good and. There's a lot of stuff to take into account, but like when you go to the Series X and the Xbox One X, then you can like add more effects and maybe have like I'm not sure what the frame rate's going to be. I think it's going to be 60 across the board. It would be weird if it wasn't.
It's not going to take a step back.
Right. But I'm guessing they're going to have dynamic resolutions all across the board and like
Yes.
add like the effects to the top end, like like I was saying. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how the game ends up. And even most of the games coming out aren't like crazy graphically intensive, So so it's kind of to be expected. It's just
My,
going on. Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say my question is why do people think that there won't be anything new that we haven't heard of yet, just because there's not going to be anything exclusive to the console itself?
Well, I don't think
Right.
people are saying new. I think people are just saying like, oh, every
Well,
game's gonna have to be designed for the original Xbox One. It's like, no, it's gonna be designed for the Series X, and like every port, you scale down. Like that's how game
Yeah.
development works. You don't. The funny ones I found is like, well, two different developers aren't making games. It's like, yeah, most PC games still run on a 760, and they don't fucking have multiple developers developing for the 760 version of their game, GTX 760 versus the 2080 Ti. Like it's
and
a
another thing
silly
people
idea,
don't know. Another thing people don't know, Dustin, is when it says recommended specs. That doesn't mean you can't play it on the lower than the recommended specs.
Yeah.
You could still play it on. It doesn't mean it will work perfectly. I can run the best game, the most flashiest game out, and just run it at 30 frames per second.
And like they said, a
turn the
year
graphics
or
up.
two. Like it's not like it's a fucking permanent thing where it's like, yep, we're supporting
No.
Xbox One forever. But it makes
Yeah.
sense where they're like, hey, we just built this cloud infrastructure of Xbox One S's.
Yeah.
Why not like make it support it more than fucking I don't know, past the beta?
You know what I find weird, Dustin, is that people would be okay with them if they said, "Hey guys, everything is exclusive when it comes out. If you got an X, if you got a S, if you got an OG, you're done. But you can stream them through XCloud." There would be people who would be okay with that, and I don't understand that. Why would you be okay with playing the game through the cloud, but not just letting the developers make it like they normally would?
I think that's going to end up being an option though. Like where
Yeah, but that
it's
like
no, I'm
5
just saying in the
years.
future. Well, not even 5 years. I think like 2 years you're going to see, hey, you can still use your Xbox One and stream all your games, and you'll sign up for xCloud service or whatever, however they end up rolling out this cloud streaming platform. Because there's still going to be plenty of 1080p TVs or 4K TVs that are just, running a 1X. And hey, I want to play the latest game, but I'm willing to play it with a little latency so that I can play, here and now.
I just looked at Infinity Line's mixer image. It looks pretty cool. There's like a lion with like a king on it.
Yeah.
I was expecting an infinity symbol behind it, but it looks pretty cool, But this is interesting stuff, man. Like I'm trying to see what other launch title they're gonna have, that because I know Matt Booty said there's gonna be like one or two IPs that are gonna take advantage of the hardware. So I know Halo Infinite's gonna be one, but curious what the other one is.
It sounds like it's going to be. I don't know if you had this
Think
in
Forza?
the news, but definitely Forza.
Forza 8.
GDC 20. This coming up Games Developer Conference, Forza is taking a main seat, and it's going to be about ray tracing in Forza.
Interesting.
So
yeah, it's definitely a game that will benefit from that. Definitely ray tracing, because like the gloss in the cars and all that stuff. That's gonna be awesome.
But it's well, I don't know if that's a rumor or but yeah, from what I hear is they're taking a big part of the Game Developer Conference. So I also kind of expect another Xbox event before GDC to kind of announce Forza or announce a couple games or something more about the Series X before they try to do a tech breakdown on a game they haven't announced.
Yeah. So when is GDC again?
I gotta look it up. I'm not sure.
That's like maybe April or before.
Usually, yeah.
Huh.
Let's see, GDC 2020. This is great, entertaining radio. March 2020. 16th
March.
through
Okay.
20th of March.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how Sony and Microsoft's events like follow each other, because it's gonna be like a weird couple months, because you got launches of new consoles and games coming up, so that's gonna be a lot of information coming people's way.
Yeah, I mean I'm looking forward to GDC this year because I think that we might get our spec breakdown and everything at GDC for these consoles. But we'll see. We'll see for sure. The rumor is that PlayStation's big thing is happening in February, so like they'll have a big reveal. So, and at this point, these kind of the actual chips and what's in the systems are pretty much locked down, like because they have to get them ready for fabrication. The only thing that can really change for either of them is going to be like clock speeds. But other than that, like everything, like hardware, like what's going to be in these next gen consoles is locked down and ready to go. So
Yeah,
I'm kind of stoked because just thinking a year from now we will all be playing on Series X's. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's gonna be amazing.
Only thing I worry about is GameStop going out of business, so I can't trade in my X.
Yeah.
I don't, unless they have a trading program for Microsoft.
What's this about GameStop? I keep hearing. Is it something official that
They
came out?
liquidated a bunch of stores, so
Yeah, little by little, dominoes are falling, sir.
yeah. Like
I hadn't heard
at
nothing
this
about
point,
that. That's
like
crazy.
if so, like I wouldn't start putting your money down on a console through GameStop.
No.
If you really want to save up, like put money down over time? Like right now, I'd probably recommend everybody go to Best Buy. Just drop $100 gift card like every other month, and by the time launch hits, you'll have more than enough to pay for a Series X.
Mm-hmm. Or you could do, I think if Amazon does pre-orders, you could do that too.
Yeah, but Amazon charges you all at once. I'm just saying, if somebody
Right.
wants to pay it over time, like that's how I would
Yeah.
do it. Because usually Best Buy, you go on GameStop, you drop your $100, and then you pay it over time. But
Yeah.
I mean, you could do it through Amazon as well, and just do Amazon credit.
Right.
But my thing is, I
That's
want to
true.
pick it up on launch day, so I'm not going to do Amazon.
Yeah.
This is gonna be the first time I don't buy a console through GameStop. To be honest, I normally always bought my consoles through them, but with them liquidating stores and all that, like it's kind of like
it's a little dicey.
I'm
Yeah.
not sticking my money in there. Like Best Buy will do. Best Buy will do just fine.
Yeah, I think I got mine delivered from. I think it was Amazon last. But it was the X. I got that delivered to my job, and I was so happy.
Yeah.
I was like, man. And the X is a great console. It's gonna be a little sad to give that away for the Series X, but it's gonna be a lot better. So.
Yeah. All
Well,
right.
but
Oh,
do you want to? Yeah, I was gonna say
Go
you want
for
to
it.
transition to the PlayStation skips E3 thing.
yeah, we can go ahead and hit that. So yeah, PlayStation's has announced that they will not be attending E3 at all. Like no conference, they're not going to be on the floor. They're just not going to be at E3. I think it's a silly move. I mean, I'm all for them like branching out. Like what Microsoft did was the better solution, where it's going out of like, hey, we're pulling ourselves off the floor, but we're gonna have our own conference over here, and everybody can come in. You can still do the conference, and they can do what they want, and they're not stuck behind the what is it, the ESA?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
ESA.
like they're not really stuck in the ESA's grasp. They can kind of do their own thing, and it's more like I hate to call it the Super Bowl or some shit like that, but it kind of is. It's this big time that the gaming community gets together and you share news, and it's sad that Sony's not showing up.
Yeah, it sucks because you don't no longer. Sorry, I can barely speak. You can no longer. What the hell, man? You no longer have that competitive like conference, one back to back kind of
Yeah.
almost. I know it's different days, but so
No,
there's no
Microsoft's
longer
in the
that.
morning and Sony's at night, and then you have
Right.
Nintendo's usually the next day.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's a benefit because now you're not sitting there going, "Oh, we have to one up
Hmm.
Microsoft or vice versa," or it's just like, hey, we can get our message out and have time to say it. But I don't know. I would have just liked to see them somewhere on the show floor, like, and actually been like, hey, we might not have a conference, or We might have a Nintendo, like Nintendo does it. Like we'll have a Nintendo Direct, but we're still going to be there. Like come and check out
Yeah.
our booths, come check out all these games. Like this is the start of a new generation. Let's push this, but sadly, that is they will not.
I
Be
don't see
there.
why people thought they was coming back.
They said they'd come back one day. They just said they were going to skip last year. Now they're skipping this year.
Nah. They didn't need to. They didn't need to come.
Yeah, the only thing that sucks is
Nobody technically needs to go though. Like
Yeah.
Microsoft doesn't have to go. They could do the same thing Nintendo does and Sony does. Like they could just have
I
their
don't
own
know.
event and people are gonna. No, what do you mean? Like in what way? Like if they just said,
I
"Hey,
just feel-
come to the Microsoft campus and check out the new Xbox."
I feel like out of the
Bam.
three,
You're
Microsoft's the
done.
one who needs to do it because they need that They need that stage to themselves, or they need somewhere.
They have their own stage. They actually even technically already pulled out of E3. They just
Well, I
do it in the
know.
same
I
week.
mean, they have that spotlight during that
Yeah.
time. I don't think they can get the same effect with just a video like Nintendo.
I
or-
disagree.
I love
Because
to
at
see
this
them
point, it is Microsoft's show, and it's not a Nintendo show. It's not a Sony show, and they could just do this at any time, and people would watch. Microsoft show was the most watched E3 pretty much every year before Sony left. Like people watched the Microsoft show. You could say it's a time thing, but it's normally they have the biggest conference.
Well, there's pros and cons to it. I mean, the pro is that, like Dustin said, that Microsoft has E3 to themselves, so they have a lot less like pressure to try to like one up another company like Sony. But on the minus side, they do have, I think they had the later date for their stuff for showing their games, unless Sony like maybe announces a like a conference before that, for showing off their games. So I'd be curious to see how they handle they reveal the games and the console itself. Most likely they're gonna split it, but I mean, if they combine it, that'd be cool too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Plus, like I don't know, we might have to wait longer for E3, unless they do like I don't know. You think Xbox? I mean, you think Microsoft will like do their own show and then like just be at the E3 conference? Like, I mean, just be at E3 like on the floor, or you think they'll have a conference at E3 too?
Who? Microsoft?
Microsoft, yeah.
Well, they're gonna have their conference. They've, but I mean, it's at their own theater. It's not on the floor. It's not at that. It's not technically at E3.
Yeah, it's
They
another
do their own
building.
thing. They have their
Yeah.
own building, and just like last year, like they had their own event.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, so I mean, I'll be curious to see how they, these both console manufacturers like deal with the news on their own.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe they'll have even like I think they'll have what do you call it? What is that show they do every month sometimes? At Microsoft. I forgot the name of it now.
Inside Xbox.
Inside Xbox. So you think that they'll have that like as a part of the reveal, or like their own reveal, or they'll show all their cards at E3?
I think they have a separate event.
Yeah.
I mean, they've already been pushing stuff out slowly. Like they've revealed the what the console looks like and the name for it. Like for them, I imagine going into GDC, because they've already said they're gonna, like I said, we're looking at Forza 8 and ray tracing and how that's gonna change the game. I could totally see them at GDC announcing tech specs and maybe going over them have like they did with the One X, have Digital Foundry come in and have a sit down and them go through what the Series X is going to offer.
Yeah.
And it would make sense for them to do it at GDC out of anywhere, to be honest. But it's all speculation at this point. But I think E3 is going to be about games. I think GDC, of course, is going to be about tech. We might see one, I think you're going to also see a couple more studio acquisitions this year.
That'll be interesting.
There have been a lot of rumors flying around about a Japanese studio being bought and
the Polish studio.
Yeah, and a Polish studio. So
yeah, it'd be crazy if
CD
they got
Projekt Red bought by Microsoft. No, yeah, it'd be crazy.
Yeah, People Can Fly would be an awesome pick because they're so like they seem like so in sync with like Microsoft's types of games.
But also Bethesda is supposedly up for sale. So if
Ooh,
Microsoft
really?
buys Bethesda, they will pretty much own every Western RPG developer, period. Except for BioWare.
That'd be nuts.
They'll just consume that market, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much.
But owning Skyrim would be fucking... Or not just Skyrim, but Elder Scrolls would be insane for them.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, if anything, I think they would maybe keep the developers and just kind of get rid of publishing. Maybe, I don't know. If they actually bought them, but I doubt they'll have. But I feel like that's the easiest thing to do.
to keep the developers and do what?
And get rid of like just the fact that they're a publisher, like just kind of add the studios and
I mean,
and make
Microsoft's a publisher. You just merge the publishing divisions together. Like it would,
Right, yeah.
It wouldn't make any difference to them.
Yeah, that's true. All right, so I guess you gotta move on to the next one, or stuff you got more
Move
to
on
say.
to the next one. Sea of Thieves Legends of the Sea update has arrived. It
Yep.
is you're now able to play against console-only gamers in adventure mode. Like it is a nice update. And then there was a sweet ass looking cameo boat skin.
Yeah, man.
I already
That's
got
awesome.
it.
Is it
It's amazing.
how much is it for in the store?
Like $30.
$30.
This shit's
Oh, it's not like-
son.
I thought it was part of the like when you use with your pirate money or whatever.
No. You got to buy coin, and then that coin buys the boat, and then
that
that coin
sucks.
is expensive enough for you to be like, yeah, it's pricey. It's pricey. It doesn't have to be that pricey. I made it that pricey because I bought the premium stuff to it as well.
Yeah, I would get the KI one and that one, but yeah, I feel like that's weird. They either add it for free or they put it part of the deliveries. That's weird.
Well, I mean, there is a new boat. What is it called? I actually really like the look of it. The Aristocrat boat. Oh, it looks fucking amazing.
That's cool. Yeah, that's part of the new stuff, right?
Yep.
This update. Yeah, they also added a new character. I think they call Umbra. I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it says it rewards players with new tattoos and titles for locating sites of various legendary pirates, and the legendary pirates is cool because they're actual players, so that's pretty cool that they integrated them to the game. So maybe you might be in there, Dustin.
No, I'm not that cool.
No, you're not that
I'm
legendary.
Not that cool. I'm legendary, but I ain't that cool.
Yeah, the crossplay is a big thing. That's one that I think everybody's been asking for, but they just haven't delivered it until recently. So that's a big one.
And it was nice, like jumping in a game and knowing that I wasn't going to get raped because.
Perfect word.
Is it that bad?
Huh?
Is it that bad?
It can be, yeah. Like people cheat all the time with micros on PC, so like they'll instantly. Like okay, so like to cheat with reloading, like because you're on a timer when you fire your bullet, it takes a certain amount of time for you to load your gun back up. But what they'll do is they'll fire, and the button will automatically switch to sword, switch to like sword lunge, cancel sword lunge, switch back to gun, fire again. And because it's done all in like 10 milliseconds, like it's just a double shot. And
yeah,
it's just cheating.
Yeah, that was a bummer. But now you're not to go through that now.
Yeah, now you can be like, you know what? If somebody could do it on a fucking controller, good for them. But this completely kills like keyboard and mouse, so it's the nice part of it.
Yeah, that's good.
And in the line, wanted to say, Dustin is the legend of Xbox Uncut. Smiley face. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Nice. Yeah, so that was a pretty neat update. I think Steph will really like that one.
I'll try it out.
Yeah.
I'll try it out.
We'll play. I'm down to play tonight. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I'd have to read down. Yeah, I'd have to re-download it because
I do have it downloaded.
Nice. All right, so I guess this will be more in Steph's territory than maybe.
I'll let y'all
Steph
take
and I.
over then. Here's the reins.
Well, so the PUBG has a new update. And this will be also Infinity Line's bag as well because he's a big PUBG guy. So the PUBG has an update on it's a new map coming January 31st. It's called Kakarin. It's the North African coastal island. It's similar to Miramar. 64 players, destructible environments. It's gonna have black zones, which are like bomb zones preceded by sirens. They change the building structures when once they get blown up, so it'll be different every time. They added a biplane.
I've
You
seen
know,
the plane. The plane
yeah,
looks pretty cool.
yeah, that's gonna be cool. Yeah, new clothing and weapon skins, of course. Bug fixes. Because I remember there was a problem with the skins. I think the Tommy gun had like a weird error on there. Like it didn't look right, the skin. So I'm glad they fixed that, and I think they fixed some of the connection issues. But we'll see with that one because I doubt they fully fix a lot of stuff. Usually they break something else once they introduce a new fix, so it's going to be weird. Um, the interesting thing also is that Vikendi is out of the public rotation map, which is weird. I guess they wanted to rework it or something, but you can still play it if you do like custom matches. But it's kind of a bummer. Like Vikendi, I mean, it's still one of my favorite maps, even though they really changed it.
Yeah. I'm still rocking with the original, the Aaron Gale. It's still probably my favorite map, even though I
Yeah.
like the other ones. But I've went back and I've tried to play. I know we're not on that segment yet, but I went back probably like 2 to 3 times within the past two, like at least one, like a few times a week. Basically, I've been playing the game, and it's just hard to, like the mechanics are like hard to like adjust to. Like going playing COD and then going to PUBG is like a completely different thing. It's really hard to do because it's almost like playing I guess a more realistic Battlefield in a
Yeah.
way. And it's so imperfect in certain kind of ways where you kind of have to like adjust like the way you play just because the way the engine is and everything. It's very awkward. So I gotta get used to playing it again. I gotta get my guys and we gotta roll with them again and get back in the groove. But I do miss the game. I've been playing Call of Duty so much that I just haven't really gave PUBG a chance in like I don't probably like 7-8 months, and I still got 2,000 hours in that game. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that's crazy. Well, what's good is that since you're on PC, you still have the 60 frames. It's really much more jarring on console because I go from Apex Legends to PUBG, and it's pretty bad, man. Like PUBG is so slow and like plotting and like 30 frames per second. I mean, it's manageable if you just got to get used to it again. But the fluidity is so much worse, like on PUBG, because it's different. Plus you got the realistic weapons, and so I mean, I hope they actually update the game on the next generation for like 60 frames, hopefully, unless they do like a new engine overhaul or whatever. But yeah, I mean, the change is pretty nice. I mean, I have a few tickets from last season. That well, it's ending soon, but they give you like advanced tickets that lets you advance the your battle pass. So that's going to be cool.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about the map though. It's similar to Miramar, so I'm like, I don't know if I want to see another Miramar again. But it is interesting
That's
that
not your favorite map, is it? Huh?
nah, nobody's likes that
I
map.
like Miramar.
Yeah. Well, I guess everybody's different. I mean, I was hoping for a different type of locale, or like at least if you want to do like a Miramar style game, just um rework it or something like you did Arangel
I'd
because
like
it's
to
still
do
the
like a
same.
underground kind of map, like a sub, like more city, like with subways and like a New
Mhm.
Yorky kind of map, like a uh, I'm trying to think of the word I'd use. I guess more like street, like a streetish.
Oh, like an
There's
urban.
another word for that. Yeah, urban. Yeah,
No.
urban kind of map.
Yeah, I mean, it sucks because like they took out all the urban areas in Vikendi and they just kind of made them little houses and little villages, which is
Yeah,
yeah. And I think they did the same with certain other areas. I mean, I mean, you get some of that in some of the maps, but
I mean like a straight up
yeah,
map like that.
right. Yeah, I thought I saw one that was like a, what do you call it? Like a Venice stage that was supposed to be like that, but I don't know. That might have been just rumor. It was like a different. It's a weird layout. It was almost like a circle of like buildings. It was weird, but yeah, that'd be interesting. But yeah, there's that. And then Apex Legends has a event going on called Grand Soiree. Has new modes every couple days, such as Gold Rush Duos, Live Die Live, which is you respawn after every circle.
Ooh,
Yeah, that's an interesting mode. That's pretty
I can't
cool.
play that.
Yeah, that's cool. But you have to have somebody surviving so you could come back. You can't like have the whole team wiped out.
You still res or no?
Yeah, they give you come back after the circle closes with the weapon, so at least you're still like with
I
one
mean,
weapon.
like, is all the other mechanics the same? Can you still like?
Oh yeah, it's the same. Yeah, it's just it gives you like a kind of almost like a continue after the next
Oh,
circle.
gotcha.
But it's interesting because you got to keep everybody alive. So let's say like two people die, you got to it's almost like a relay race. You got to like hold on to the circle, and then you're safe, and then if you're safe, then you're good, and then two people spawn. But then you could be in trouble, and then you get killed, and you gotta wait for the next person to survive, and so you can respawn again. It's interesting. There's also a third person mode that's coming up. I think it's within the next few days.
Third person.
Yeah, so you can see your skin all the time now that you paid money for. If you did, you can also for this event, you can earn a mirage skin, which is like a cool like gold and red color. And the weapons are pretty nice. They're like like gold laced with like colorful stuff on it, which is really nice looking. You get the Peacekeeper, the R301, and Havoc rifles. They're gonna have like a nice skin, and then the store has new purchasable characters, skins, and weapons. There's one that's like a Back to the Future type of homage, which is pretty nice. I personally got the one that's for what's her name? His name? Keep forgetting the name. The Hunter. What the hell's his name? You know what I'm talking about?
Oh no. Oh no.
Sorry, my bad. I'm on my headset.
That's
Say
all
it
right.
again.
You know what's the Hunter for Apex? Forgot the name.
Bloodhound.
Bloodhound. Yeah. I don't know why I always forget the name, but yeah, that one has really nice skins on him. That's like my main lately, so it's really cool. I used to like the robot, but kind of stopped using him. Also,
Mirage is my guy.
yeah, he's good. I mean, my secondary is the speed guy. You see how much like I forget these names.
Octane.
Octane, yeah, he's pretty good. Yeah, it's good stuff, man. Definitely try out the modes. I was trying to see if you're online stuff to see if we want to play it, but I don't know
It's
if you.
hard. I moved most of my stuff out of my my other extra room to my bedroom, so it's kind of it's rough. It's rough.
I gotcha. So whenever you're down, so you get some sweet swag,
Yeah, I'm gonna get on there.
Yeah. All right. So I guess those are the battle royale parts of it. So what do you want to move to next, Dustin?
I mean, it's only up from here. New Doom Eternal trailer came out. I have not watched this. Have y'all?
Yeah, it's a stories trailer. It's pretty cool looking. I don't know if you've seen his stuff.
Oh, I have not seen it. Hit the wrong button there.
Oh, it's okay.
I'm not a fan of Doom, sadly.
Oh, that's crazy.
I'm maybe the old ones, but I just never played the new one.
Oh,
I don't really care for the for
So,
Doom.
yeah, it's cool looking. I don't think so. At least not yet.
The first one's not in Game Pass.
Not that I know of. No. Is it, Dustin? I don't think it is, right?
Which one?
Doom, the first one.
Let's see.
Is that
you say that?
What?
No, I think Dustin just broke up.
Yeah, you sound like Eric right now.
Do I? Well, I'm just being quiet, not speaking at all.
Uh-oh.
Don't have shade.
So just like Eric, bro.
Oh man.
Yeah.
How good was that Pirates of the Caribbean stuff last week? Look, come on.
Yeah, we
was great.
We did get some YouTube comments on it, so it was for sure.
Oh, did we?
Yeah, Finny Lion and another fellow.
That's pretty great.
Old gentleman. Doom is out on Game Pass.
All right, I'll download it.
Oh, it is?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
I thought maybe it probably was.
Well, they also
It's a very
Yeah, give it a
helpful
shot.
app called Gamepass that you can download. It's 61 gigabyte. Install now. Think not.
Yeah. They also updated the Doom retro games, so they got patched. So they had the better aspect ratio. The lighting and the music is more or less fixed. So there's another positive Doom news. That's it for that.
All right.
All right.
Let's see.
Maybe we could do a quick one. The Cuphead Mii skin.
Yeah,
Pretty cool.
it looks
Didn't
fucking
see that.
awesome.
Yeah, so Smash Bros. Ultimate, they announced the Cuphead skin for one of the Mii characters. Pretty dope. Looks really nice. I mean, it's not its own character, but it's pretty awesome. Cuphead's going everywhere, man.
When it's a Mii skin, there's no like you don't have like a new ultimate or anything like that. Do you?
No, I don't think it has a new moveset or anything. I think it's just like whatever
Eh.
that kind of sucks, yeah, but it's something, you know.
It's
It's
still
a nice,
yeah. The skin looks cool.
yeah.
It's just At the end of the day, it's just a skin.
Yeah.
Yeah, they also added another two characters from what's the Nintendo RPG Fire Emblem.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but it's like that's so many Fire Emblem characters. It's like it's ridiculous. But yeah, there's that. Also, Game Pass PC has 3 new games added to it: Plague Tale: Innocence, Children of Morta, and Gris. Gris was, I think, was nominated in the award shows, the Jeff Keighley one, the Game Awards. Children of Morta is on the regular Game Pass, so you can download that. But Gris is, I don't think it's on the console yet.
What about Plague Tale?
No, that's not on console yet either. The Game Pass. That would be. I think it should be on there. That's a prime candidate for it.
Yeah, that's an Xbox game.
Yeah. But it's on. I think it's just PC though for now.
That's kind of dumb.
Yeah. Man, on the plus side though, the Division 2 is teased to come to Game Pass, which is interesting.
There's so many games that require like an incredible amount of time to get the best out of them, and there's really only like 2 that I want to spend that kind of time with, and I only do it for one. So I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Division. It's not gonna happen.
I hear you. I do think the Game Pass has. I know people prefer. I mean, they say the PlayStation Plus has the better library or whatever, but I don't know because like I think Game Pass has the more newer stuff that they'd like to put on there.
It's kind of hard to compare PlayStation Plus to Game
Yeah.
Game Pass because it's a whole separate subscription. I wouldn't
Yeah.
even compare it. Whereas if you compare it to games with gold, I would say it probably is better than games with gold, but it's definitely not better than Game Pass. So, but I mean, you can't really
Yeah.
compare them because, like I said, the subscription service is completely separate from Xbox Live Gold.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, it's definitely worth it for me. You're not really a Game Pass guy, but I am. I use it. I got it from my kid. He uses it to play Minecraft and a bunch of other games, the Batmans and stuff like that. So.
Oh yeah, I've used it a lot for stuff like Remnant from the Ashes.
Oh yeah, I thought you didn't. I thought you were against the Game Pass.
I mean, it's cool. I use it to sample games.
You use it now. Now you're using it. You.
Yeah, Outer Worlds and stuff like that.
Oh, I thought you was buying all these games. So
I mean, yeah, I did buy a good bunch of them. After trying them out on Game Pass.
I ain't buying them shit, bro. You crazy as fuck.
Well, I got them on sale though, so it's not like a huge deal. But because my Game Pass is gonna lapse in like February, but I still have time. But I like to have all the games before they expire if I like them a lot.
And you get that discount.
Yeah,
They
that's true.
can. All right. What's next on the list?
Did I put up the show notes? Dang it. What's that?
I got it right here. Joker comes to Mortal Kombat 11. Is it the new Joker, like from the movie?
Joaquin Phoenix Joker?
Yeah, was that the Joker? It is.
I bet that's not who it is.
No.
Well, is that what it is? Will
No, it's more
Does
like
he-
a mix. It's like a mix of like
does he kill the small man?
no, it's like a mix of like comics and like movie Joker. It's like almost like the Heath Ledger version, but kind of like more comics oriented. Yeah, I saw the trailer for that. It's pretty cool. They showed like a skin for one of the it's like an evil Batman who has like the Joker venom in him or something. It was in the Scott Snyder comics. I forgot the name
That's
of it.
from the game. Did you not play the game?
Well, no, it's a different thing. It's from the comics. I forgot the name of that type of Batman though. I think it was like the Man Who Laughed or something like that. I don't know, something like that.
Oh, okay.
But it's an interesting skin. You'll see it in a video. Yeah, so that was cool.
Yeah. There's no links to all these numbers you got. Just want you to know that, Will. So
I know.
you didn't make it easy for me.
Sorry.
Okay.
But yeah, so that's coming out on the 28th for early access for people who have the season pass. So that's good. So I got the Game Pass stuff.
I think that was literally the last thing because we kind of skipped around.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much. I mean, did you guys want to have anything else to add?
Nothing game related, but I want to say that Netflix came out with a new documentary for the Aaron Hernandez story.
Oh, the football player who had the brain
Yeah.
injuries.
No, the football player who murdered 3 people.
Yeah, but he also had the what's that called? The
CTE.
CTE. Yeah.
Man, he was killing them people without CTE. I don't care what nobody say. He was crazy. I mean, I'm sure that made it worse, but he had done that path before he got knocked out.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I was definitely within the realm of possibility. It's definitely not.
He had a crazy life, but I was gonna say, check that out. That's a good watch. I know we talk about TV on here sometimes. So I did hear that the show or the creator for Watchmen stepped away from the show, so they're not gonna bring that show back.
Yeah, I heard about that too.
That's insane. That I've only watched like 3 episodes of it, but I thought it was really good. Oh, I don't get it. HBO can't. They're not gonna find their thing.
The next Game of Thrones.
Yeah, they're not good. It's not gonna happen. I'm sorry. They had this one show that was pretty big. I tried to watch it, but I don't know. It's about these animals that change. I don't know if you've seen that. I forgot what the hell it's called. I'll look it up real quick.
Zoo or something?
It's like no, it's like these people. Let me find it.
Is it American Gods?
No. That's actually a good show. That's on what is that on? Is that on USA or is that on something else?
Oh, it's HBO. Maybe Showtime.
No, it's not. It's not on a. It's not on a.
Not a premium cable channel.
Yeah, it's not a premium cable channel. I don't think. Hold on 1 second. I'll Google it.
Yeah, the watching thing is weird. I mean, I heard it ends. Doesn't really need a new season, but I don't know. I haven't. I can't really say. But I'm curious how it follows like the post comics stuff. Because I do see Dr. Manhattan in one of the images. But I'm not sure.
It's called His Dark Materials. Is the show I'm talking about?
Oh.
Yeah. Like the big thing about the show is there's like these animals that change from different animals, and I think I watched maybe the first 45 minutes, and then I was like, nah, I can't fuck with this show. Just this is too weird. But anyway, that was a good documentary.
I mean, the only other thing I have to add is like, there's the Horizon Zero Dawn's coming to.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that shit.
But it's
Think
interesting.
about that.
I mean, it's interesting because you do see PlayStation trying to get their foot in the PC market too. So that's good, at least to have more income that way, more
But is
revenue.
it official?
Not yet.
And why? But why that game? Why only that game?
I don't know. Maybe because the Decima engine is portable to PC. Because I know Death Stranding's on PC. So
Man,
maybe
all
they're
the
like,
games can be played on PC. I don't think that's a.
yeah.
I mean, they're made on PC and then put on console, so all the games could run on PC. Realistically,
Yeah, I agree.
I tell you what, if PlayStation games go on PC, I ain't buying a PS5. I'm just gonna put that money in my PC, and then I'll get a PS5 eventually when they come out with like the Slim or something to throw in the living room. Yeah, what do you think about that, Dustin?
I mean, it's the future. Like games are
Yeah,
gonna
you
be
know, it's
everywhere.
not really huge news for us, is it really? Because we're
No.
already adjusted to the whole PC stuff. So they're
Yeah,
like,
pretty
yeah, that
much.
game's is going to PC. We're like,
Okay.
you're late to the party.
Like, it's no big deal to me. I'm down. Like it's an option. Like I'm I'm happy to have options.
Right.
You know.
Supposedly, Dreams might come to PC too.
That'd be good for that game, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, I know these Sony guys thinks that their games sell a lot, but it's like they don't sell enough. They really don't. And
Spider-Man sold enough. I can tell you that much. That game sold like crazy. But it could sell more with PC too.
yeah,
But I will tell you, we'll get pirated a lot unless they got some sort of storefront where they can, there's always a way around it anyway. I don't even know why I'm trying to make myself believe like you can't steal the games. They'll find a way.
yeah. I feel like they should do a storefront at this point because like they have a lot of games already on there, like the Quantic Dreams games.
Yeah, but those
Um,
games they're no longer first party. They were never first party. They were second party, and they just went to PC. The developer did it on their own. I think they got another publisher and everything.
yeah, but I figured they might as well do it that way too, so they can actually get some of that too.
Yeah, they could just publish them on PC themselves. I guess you're right.
Yeah, get their own cut, you know.
Yeah, those are pretty good games out here.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, there's no reason to freak out about it unless if you still enjoy playing your platform.
Bro,
You
there's
know.
people who were freaking out about MLB.
Oh yeah, that
Wait
was
till
that
this
too.
wait till this comes out.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, PlayStation dudes are there were a few shocks this year and before.
Yeah. Just when God of War hit PC, that'll be the best. That'll be the one.
Yeah, that'll be the one that takes the cake.
I'd say so. And then we'll get to ask all the questions like, is it coming to Xbox and all the other bullshit, Even though it'll never come, I know that's not something I believe, but it's funny listening to it, listening to people speculate both sides now that the shoe's really on the other foot. So it's great. It's great. It's great.
Yeah, props to Randall Thor for that.
Oh yeah, he was getting dragged on Twitter, bro. But man,
Yeah.
I like Rand. He he knows how to clap back, boy. I tell you what.
Yeah, I was listening to the Xbox dude today. What he does with Jazz, and yeah, he definitely got got
It's just dude.
his just due. So that was funny because most people thought it was just basically really just like the PS Now thing, where they were putting them on PC, but it's actually something different. So Jason Schreier kind of confirmed the news, but it's not still official. So
Yeah. Do we have any what he said that we can like have an accurate statement? I don't want to just blabber about it. Do you have the like a tweet or anything from Jason Schreier?
see if I can find it.
While you're doing that, anything else you want to mention, Dustin? Anything else?
I didn't have really any other news to go over. Trying to think if there was anything else that was interesting.
All right, so I got the quote.
Yep,
So it
go ahead.
says, sorry, Dustin.
No, you're fine.
No problem. So Jason says, okay, time for some good news. Sony's PS4 exclusive Horizon Zero Dawn is PC this year. Sources tell Kotaku it's an unprecedented move that may help usher in a platform agnostic future. So that was his Jason Schreier's tweet. If you can read it and you're not blocked.
Oh shit! Wow, what would you be blocked?
That man blocks everybody.
He blocks a lot of people.
Mm. Okay, well, good one. He said it was good news, right?
if you're not, a fanboy.
Yeah. I wonder if it's been out long enough for it to be okay. You know how is that? That's
Yeah.
the thing. Well, if they just delay the release, that way it can be on console first. Like I don't know why that part matters.
Yeah, I don't know.
At first, whenever like it was with Quantum Break and before it was day and day, and I was like, I don't know, it felt weird,
Yeah.
but at the same time, I didn't lose anything from it being on PC. Matter of fact, I played it on PC and on Xbox at the same time because my PC was better than my Xbox.
Yeah, I mean, there's pros and cons to it. I think if the pro is that for day and date that you can play the game like right away on Game Pass or PC, but the con to that, I don't know. I think um it may affect like the sales of the console versions. I'm not sure. Maybe not, but
How's that bad for us?
no, it's very bad. Just an observation. Like I think it may like
Nah.
eat into some of it, but I mean, maybe it might not be that noticeable because like PC is usually a different crowd, and they buy
Yeah.
at their own pace. They usually buy whenever they want sales. I mean, console people are the same, but it's just the markets are different. So it's and you have people who may consider PC as a full time type of console, not
Yeah.
console, but like as a way to game instead of like console. So
Yeah, I
there's that.
game like that on PC for when I was playing PUBG every day. That's how I played
Yeah.
my
Yeah,
PC.
so
So
so you're kind of like an example of that in some ways.
yeah, I'm
Because you don't.
wherever I want to play at. That's where I'm at.
Yeah,
Not really, you know, I don't really. It doesn't matter to me. I'll find friends anywhere.
yeah, and so you're a normal person.
Yeah, I'm just a regular dude, but I
Yeah,
do like the Xbox the best just because of controller and friends that I have in real life.
yeah. Plus the consoles coming up are kind of slowly catching up to some PC stuff. Like hopefully to get
Oh
more
yeah,
60
that's why I
frames
gotta upgrade my
games.
PC soon. I can't have my console better than my PC.
That'd be funny.
Oh, yeah. Well, that was the last bit of news then.
I believe so. I mean, I think pretty much all. Um, I mean, yeah, we got the delays, um, the cross-gen stuff. Unless you want to go more into the cross-gen stuff, but I don't know if we kind of cover that more thoroughly already.
It's not really much we can say about it. I mean,
Yeah, it's not.
It's not a huge
I
deal.
think we've said as much as it needs to be said.
No.
yeah,
You know,
it doesn't bother me.
Yeah, me either.
it's there's gonna be maybe one or two, like one game on PlayStation that might not be possible theoretically,
Hmm.
because what it's gonna, but it wouldn't even be possible on PC either, because even PC gaming is still hard drive based, mechanical hard drive based.
Yeah.
Theoretically, you could make a space game that takes up the size of the solar system, because there's a game like this out now on PC that requires you to have an SSD, and it loads everything up instantly, like right off the bat, and it is to scale. So when you're flying, you're actually flying through all the matter, and you need something to be able to keep up with the data put. But that's one single game in all of Steam that does that, and I could see that eventually becoming a thing on console, but it's nothing I'm fucking worried about. Like I said, it's a year or two, and I'd rather be able to play with my cousin on any fucking game we play on Xbox than have to sit here and like fucking pretend that I have some bigger penis because my games are exclusive to my fucking box. Like it's whatever. Like I'm with Steph. I enjoy playing on Xbox because my friends are there. I like the controller. I like the interface.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry. Last time I had to fucking go in and fucking every other day, it's like, oh, I need to go and rebuild the fucking catalog or whatever on the PlayStation so that it fucking runs fast. Because
Yeah.
the system, essentially, you gotta okay, let's put it this way. You gotta put your fucking PlayStation in a maintenance mode and defrag it. Tell me how that's fucking a good user experience. Like, it's
Wait,
fucking
what?
retarded.
Plus, if you disconnect it, it might have a memory issue. You might lose memory,
Yeah.
which is really stupid. So I don't get that.
So you can rebuild the database on the PlayStation so that it actually runs quicker. Because over time, it just gets all fucking junked up, and you have to essentially defrag your system, and you have to put it in a maintenance mode to set up the defrag. It is one of the dumbest things I've ever fucking seen on a
Did you
console.
make that up, Dustin?
Nope.
We can't be spreading fanboy propaganda.
This ain't fanboy bullshit. This is how PlayStation works.
I still remember the day I downloaded. No, this is what happened. I rented Uncharted or something like that from like a Red Box, and I was like, you know what? I like it. I want to buy it. And I had to delete the game from my hard drive and re-download it because I got the digital version, because the disc version and the digital version was not the same again.
Well, that's weird.
Blew my mind. It blew my mind. I was like, wait, I can't use this disc? That's like 50 gigs that I'm gonna have to download because the game isn't the same. Like, could you imagine if it was all like that? Like if like a lot of people, what they'll do is they'll get Game Pass just so they don't have to use their disc anymore.
Yeah.
It's not like that on PlayStation. You literally have to download the game all over again because the code for the disc game and the digital game was completely different.
Oh, so it treats it as a different license?
I don't license. I don't, or the code's different. I don't know. I think if it was just a license, that's something that they could change without making you download 50 gigs worth of data.
Wow. Well, the only thing I would have to add to this is, like, I know Digital Foundry did an interesting article on this and like in a video. They're kind of concerned about like the way the technology, like Dustin said, kind of may interfere with some of the game design stuff, like the SSDs and like the higher CPUs. But I don't think that's gonna be like a huge issue, because they're gonna definitely. I think the engine probably is optimized for taking into account all these like little issues that could pop up.
Well, it's
I mean, if
also
not,
these are x86 consoles, even though they're fucking Jaguar. They're still the technology is much closer than we're giving it credit for, even though it's going to be
Yeah.
a massive jump. Don't
Yeah,
get me
exactly.
wrong. The original Xbox One is probably going to be running at 720p, and it's going to have these
Yeah.
graphics, and it's
Most
it's
definitely.
still going to be playable. You know, it's not going to be unplayable.
Yeah.
But it is definitely going to be a hey. Look at that Series X. Look at the, whatever fucking other Lockhart or whatever it's going to be. Like, these are possibilities. So,
Yeah, I'm sure you'll be heavily encouraged to upgrade.
all right. Is there anything else news-wise we want to cover before we move on?
That's pretty much it for me.
All right. Did anybody watch Crisis on Infinite Earths? The last bit of it.
No, but I saw.
Oh, go ahead.
Has it been
I'm
spoiled
sorry.
for you?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really care because I'll watch it later. But the
Don't
Flash
spoil
thing
it
is
for me.
interesting. Oh, I'm sorry.
Don't spoil it, please.
Okay.
Okay. No spoilers. Let's just say there's a giant cameo that's in it that's really cool.
Cool.
All right. Moving on. I guess we won't talk about that. I can't really get
You're
into
not
it.
talking about Batman, are you?
No.
Voice
No.
of Batman. Okay.
More like your favorite. No, I can't say it.
All right, just all right. Don't even say it.
You'll like it a lot. How about that? It has something to do with the Flash.
Yeah, that's as far as you can go with it.
Yeah, it has something to do with the Flash. It's really good.
Okay, I'm gonna pretend like I'm ignoring you.
No. I mean, it's the Flash is a TV show. I mean, it's not like the Flash is in it, but it has something to do with the Flash. I can't say no more, or it would really truly spoil it. All right, moving on from the comics stuff that I can't talk about. Apparently,
Thank you.
man, I need you to watch this because I really want to fucking talk about it right now. Have you watched any anime lately, Steph?
I have
What have you been watching, sir?
My Hero Academia, season 4.
You're probably way more along. I haven't watched.
I'm caught up.
Yeah,
Yes.
I haven't watched pretty much this whole new season.
But I mean, I've read it, so I know everything that's happening.
Yeah.
So
I'm off work tomorrow. I might sit there and watch, binge it, catch back
you should
up.
watch it.
Oh, so Infinity Line's making some notes. This is just a side note. GeForce is not a great cloud type service. I feel like it works better than xCloud. Plays your Steam library. And he's saying going to watch Crisis soon. Is that arc all done now?
Yeah, they finished it. It was a 2 hour long episode, I think 2 nights ago or something like that, and did the whole thing, the whole arc.
Yeah, they had like a break in between, right? Like a huge break.
Yeah, it had like a month and a half break.
I feel like that was a mistake. That's kind of like too much time.
Yeah, it left everything suspense. It actually like they try to explain it in the story, like why because everybody. Well, like I said, we won't spoil it. They try to explain the break during the show, and it's just like it's a little nah. You shouldn't have had a break. You should have just showed it. I mean, you could have still said, "In time, moved on." Like you didn't have to sit there and like, okay, let's actually literally wait all these months, and that way, well, not months, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, the break. He says Ni no Kuni is out on Netflix. It was a good movie. Is that based on the cartoon? I mean, on the game or something? Ni no Kuni.
I believe so.
Yeah, it sounds like it. And he says, "Holy shit, Castlevania is amazing on Netflix." Yeah, it's pretty dope. Yeah,
I've heard great things.
It surprisingly like breaks the video game curse stuff for like other media. That's like, I mean, I'm sure there's better stuff. Like the Shiva, the anime was
honestly,
awesome.
I think anime is the exception to it because you can kind of do what you want versus like when you're trying to do live action, it's so much harder.
Yeah.
But supposedly we're going to see a trailer or something soon for the new Halo or something.
Oh, I heard about that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's supposed to be dropping soon.
Well, you know what kills me about that Halo show though? They got the guy who looks just like Sergeant Johnson for the other guy Keys. They got the actor for Keys instead of Sergeant Johnson, and he looks just like Sergeant Johnson. It's ridiculous. I'm like, come on, man. But that's kind of the only. It'll be interesting. I'll be curious to see how it plays out.
So, anime-wise, I've been watching Cells at Work. I binged through that whole thing. It's definitely worth watching. It's actually something you could watch with your kids. In some like
what?
Cells at Work.
Oh, I thought you were saying that you watched Cells while you were at
work. or Cell from Dragon Ball at work.
Yeah, just
filing paper. I was like, when Cell get his own show?
No, it's a really good show. It's very, very, very scientifically accurate on how it like includes characters. So essentially, all the anime characters are cells in the human body, and the body's like this giant city, and like you have like the cool samurai dude / ninja / whatever you want to call him. That's just a white blood cell, and every time a bacteria comes in, he's just like, "Let's kill him!" And, he's just fucking going at it. Like but then you got the red blood cells always like, "Hey, we got to deliver shit. Hey, we got to get this package over here. We got to deliver the O2. We got to take out the CO2, bring in the nutrition." It's fucking great. Infinity Line has also said cell work is great also. But Cells at Work it's like as long as your kids are like, I'd say like 13, 14, they've seen blood in games and anime. Like, yes, they do put like they put like a Dragon Ball spin on it, like where he is like tearing apart another cell and destroying it, as in like an anime character. But it's also teaching you, hey, these are the 6 different types of white blood cells. These are their roles. This is how this one works, and this is the type of bacteria, which is this enemy, and how it's going to attack them. Like it's really well done. I would recommend watching an episode. Then if I think there's more. It's super educational while still being fun to watch.
Sounds like Osmosis Jones.
It is. It's like Osmosis Jones, but it just looks like an anime. Except like the red blood cells have like a white hat that looks like a blood cell on top of their head, but they're still like fully drawn anime characters.
That's kind of interesting.
It's on Netflix, by the way. I definitely do recommend it. Yeah.
Nice.
Let's see, and I believe it has an English dub also on Netflix, so it's not something you'll have to read. But it's a funny show slash learning experience. It's good. I enjoyed it.
Speaking of My Hero Academia, they announced the second game for the consoles, I believe.
They did. I seen it. Or I seen the announcement, but I didn't get to see the video.
Yeah, I didn't see the trailer either, but it's definitely gonna be better than the first one. But I don't know. I usually get those games when they're super discounted if I want to try them.
All right. Is there anything else we want to cover before we go over to like TV wise before we switch to games?
No, not really. I haven't really been watching much. Besides Walking Dead on Netflix, like they have the newer seasons, but nothing really crazy. I mean, I'm kind of burnt out on that show. I feel like it's gonna get too long in the tooth. I mean, it's still kind of interesting, but like when you slim down the cast so much and everybody leaves, and you just down to like a few core people, it gets a little depressing.
I can only imagine. I haven't seen that show since like season 4.
Yeah. Yeah, it's nuts. Besides that, I haven't really seen any anime. Although I do want to continue watching Knights of Sidonia because I think that was put back on Netflix. I never got to finish it, but I think they have even a new season on there, so I'm glad that's on there for at least some. I'm gonna try to catch it before it goes back out again for whatever reason. Even though it's a Netflix like paid show. I mean, it's not a Netflix original show because they made it before it, but Netflix paid for the rights to show it.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
All right, I'm gonna run down what I've been playing real quick because it's not a ton, but I have been playing a few things. Minecraft, of course. Played that.
Yeah.
That I already said I played Sea of Thieves. It's like it hasn't changed enough. I do want to play more of it. I need to see what the new missions are this month. I know it's about going to finding the legendary players out on the sea, but I don't know. I've kind of like been moving a little bit further away, and then like they sold me a new ship, and I'm like, well, I guess I need to put another like 50 hours in this game. So we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm super curious what they added. I mean, how it plays now, like compared to last time I played it.
Yeah, played some PUBG, which it was fun. Then I switched over to Sword Art Online. Fatal Bullet came out on Gamepass, so I downloaded
that's
it.
right.
Yeah, I'm not all the way through. What is it? The intro to the game, but I was actually enjoying what I was playing of it. I was kind of surprised. Somebody said it was. I think best way to put it. It's kind of like Borderlands meets Sword Art, like a Japanese Borderlands game.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah,
you get all those guns. Yeah.
Yeah. Played Battlefield 1 because we played Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 5, like me and our group, quite a bit. Still love the game. It's still great.
Oh, the Fatal Bullet isn't X enhanced. I noticed it's not. It says it, but it's not X enhanced. It still looks like 1080p or less or whatever, which kind of sucks. But it's kind of false advertising.
There's a couple more cell shaded things. I don't know. One Piece World Seeker. I've been playing that about 3 hours into that game. I'm gonna tell you what happened to me, guys. My car broke down, and I just have not had time to play video games. Other than, on my Switch. I played all those things, but like maybe 40, 50 minutes at most the last couple weeks. It's been tough. But got through it. Car's fixed. Feeling good.
That's good.
But yeah, that's all I've really been playing. I haven't, sunk my teeth into anything too much. It's been it's like, man, I'm just a tough day. I want to play something to just blank out my mind, and that game is without a doubt and always will be Minecraft. Yeah, it's just fucking mindless fun. I enjoy it.
Yeah, that's cool, man. I'm glad you were able to just unwind with some of those games. That's pretty cool.
But big things are happening. Big things are happening in Minecraft. Maybe I'll update y'all next week. Maybe we'll see.
Yeah,
I might have pictures. Might have to show it all off. Go screen by screen. Show
it's
off
gonna be
the
in
world.
Xbox Uncut Castle.
Maybe. I haven't done that. It's more. I got the Greek mythology pack, and Jason and
Oh,
I have been kind of working on like a Greek city. It's really cool looking.
that's cool.
Yeah. But if anybody's interested, write me. Letters at xboxuncut.com. And, maybe we'll I'll add some people to the server. We can play together. But that's all I've been playing. Steph, what have you
All
been
right.
playing, sir?
All right, talked about PUBG. A little COD. That's really about it. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna lie to you. Just COD.
Keeping it simple.
Yeah, man. It's on my COD shit. Just slaying people. I'm posting my clips. So watch out there and just check me out. I'm posting my clips. So I'm still beasting, but really just playing COD. And I got back on hopped on PC and played some PUBG. I did beat The Witcher 3. I can't remember if I talked about that last week or not.
I
You
remember we
said you were
talked about it.
playing it. I don't think you said you beat
Oh
it.
yeah,
You
I
said
beat
you
it.
were. You had like a couple hours to go, or
That
like
was
half
way
an hour
less
to go.
than that. It was just cutscenes. I'm
Oh,
done
okay.
with the game.
What'd you think?
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, it's not fucking spoilers. What did you think?
Well, I was disappointed at the end of the game only because have you ever played a game and played all the missions and then you go back to finish it and there's no more fighting? It's literally just watching the cutscene. That's all I did. So I mean, the story was good and I liked, but yeah, I just wish there was another boss battle.
So you could have something to look forward to.
Yeah, basically. I'm gonna play the DLC now, so
Oh, okay. So you still got a lot of stuff to do.
yeah, I gotta do Blood and Wine and the other one.
Okay.
That's cool because I'm playing through Blood and Wine right now, so we might actually do something with that. Then we'll kind of play it together, essentially, or play at the same time.
Yeah.
See how we like it.
Sounds cool.
Review it. I know there's what's crazy. We've never reported on it, but The Witcher 3 had more more sales and more active users on Steam now, more now than it's ever had ever.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I
crazy.
seen that. They had like 100,000 people playing it
Yeah.
at once.
Fucking crushing numbers.
Yeah, people are gonna be weirded out because it's different from the show and the book. So it's like brighter, more stuff happened like in the backstory. So I guess people would just kind of get used to it anyway. But I guess they have the TV show to catch up on the lore and then maybe use the game as an endpoint of some sort.
Yeah.
So
All right. Well, what have you been playing?
all right, so I'll bring it home. Apex Legends. Been playing that mostly every day, just trying to bring out my battle pass because I maxed out PUBG one. So I play PUBG every once in a while. Playing Metro 2033 Redux. I really like that game. It's pretty cool because I played some of the Metro Exodus, and I was like, let me just go back and play the original games, and they're pretty fun, man. They're pretty good. Very dark and like depressing, but they're fun, and it has some resource management in that with the bullets, which is cool. So I'm making my way through that. Playing Gears of War 4. I'm trying to clean up some achievements, like some collectibles. Still a fun game, and the game looks amazing still to this day. Gears of War 4 is fucking awesome. Devil May Cry 5. I've been getting through that. Gravel, which is a good racer. And that's pretty much it. I mean, I play a whole million other games, but those are like the main ones I've been playing. So yeah, some Resident Evil 2 too, but I'm trying to make my way through that too.
All right.
That's
Well,
pretty much it.
cool.
Yes, sir.
Well, I think that's going to do it for the show this week, guys. I think we've been going. What are we? Man, it feels like we've been going longer than we have. It's been an hour 14.
It feels like hour 40 or something.
Well, we appreciate everybody for tuning in this week. That's the word. Please tune in next week on Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern. We will, at this point, know if me and Steph are still talking. It's gonna
Hey,
be
may the
interesting.
best team, may the best team win. And I will be honest with you, this isn't a champion. I mean, if we win and go to the Super Bowl and win the Super Bowl, I won't be mad. But so much stuff happened this season that really we basically like made our way here just by playing hard.
Yeah,
It's not like we built our team to win this year. I mean, we tried to, but a lot of bad stuff happened. We lost a lot of good players or a few good players, and so
yeah.
it,
But y'all you found a good formula. It's gonna be
we
a
I
really
mean, we
good game.
have we
Yeah,
have. I mean, and our running back is on a historic pace. Our quarterback is playing like one of the best in the league
yep,
without doing very much, which is crazy. I mean, yards per attempt is off the chart for our
yeah.
quarterback. I mean, in comparison to which I think Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in the NFL.
I mean,
He's averaging.
if you were gonna build a team right now to play in the Super Bowl, he'd be your quarterback.
Hey,
Like he's
I understand
fucking
that.
no. But like
I agree.
yeah,
I
like
agree.
he's. I don't think he's the MVP this year because he was hurt too much this year.
Yeah,
But if we're just
but
talking
this,
about like right now, if you were to make a team,
yeah.
you'd pop his ass at the quarterback position because
But
that
you want to hear a
he could
crazy? You
throw.
want to hear a crazy stat, Dustin? This is crazy. We've had 4 kickers this year, right? We signed our last kicker in like week 15,
Hmm.
right? He hasn't attempted a field goal since he's been on our team. You know why? Because we score every time we're in the red zone. We're 27 of 30.
Yep.
Oh, I'm sorry. We're actually now since the playoffs started, we're like 31 of 30. Uh, I want to say like 34 or something like that. We're like 87% in the
Yeah.
red zone. We don't kick
Y'all are
field
crazy.
goals.
Yeah.
It's blowing my mind how many times we score.
I mean, I'm still not to like take off of that, but like the fact that the Chiefs were down 24-0 and scored
Yeah,
7
that was
consecutive
great. That was
drives,
great.
like
That was
that's the
crazy.
most crazy shit I've ever
The
watched.
only thing about that is that if they get off to a slow start against this team, there's no if the Texans had a good running back, y'all wouldn't have won that game.
I
I'm
don't know
sorry.
about that. I don't know.
I don't believe so because they'd have been able to run the clock out. I mean, they would have been able to run the clock out, but their running back's not very good.
The
I mean,
issue
he's good catching.
is we have so many people that can run down the field fast. Essentially, we have the fastest team in the NFL.
Yeah, pretty fast.
I mean, we have 5 people that are pretty much would rate in the top 10 fastest players in the NFL. Like,
I wouldn't say
easily.
5, 3. You definitely got 3. Sammy
Like,
Watkins, Tyreek Hill, and that rookie, fastest players in the NFL.
you're fucking crazy fast.
Yeah.
But yep, it'll be a fun Sunday. I'll be working sadly. I'm fucking pissed, and I'm gonna be working
Nah,
during
I'll
the
be
Super
home.
Bowl.
I'll be home.
Yeah,
I'll be watching it. So
but it'll.
the best team win.
Yeah,
So I
I'll put
just
it this way, just to be honest with everybody. Me and Steph haven't talked shit. Like,
no, we
it's not
haven't.
like that at all. Like, I enjoy. I mean, I was happy to see the Patriots drop just because I wanted to see other teams actually get talked about. Like, because if the
Yeah,
Patriots were still in it, it would still just be Brady, and it's like,
I know.
come,
You know they find a
just
way to
move
talk
on.
about him in the media still.
Yeah,
They're
and it's
still
like
talking about him.
let's talk about like fucking Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson. Like, there's so many other people you could talk about that are their numbers are
Lamar
blowing
Jackson's
out.
not in it anymore, and they're still talking about his.
Yeah, well, because I think he's still leading for MVP though, right? I
Yeah,
think
oh yeah,
he's gonna slam
he
dunk
he won
MVP
it.
this year.
He
Yeah,
got 57 of 60 votes.
yeah, that shit's done. But yeah, I mean well, it'll be a fun game. It's actually this is kind of at the AFC Championship game is going to be fucking great. I don't know about the NFC game. I think the 49ers are going to fucking stomp. Like, I just really think they're going to win.
We'll see.
I don't know about our game, but I think the 49ers will stomp.
Oh.
But I kind of want the Chiefs to win. Not just because I'm a fan, but it would literally putting the best defense up against the best offense and just seeing what happens.
Right.
But that is going to be it for this week. We appreciate everybody for tuning in. We hope y'all have a wonderful, safe week. But until next week, take it easy. Peace out.
Later, guys. Later, Infinity Line.
Peace out, Infinity Lion.
Thanks for stopping by.